Welcome to Ultimate Biology. Today we are going to learn female reproductive system. First of all, we will see the position of this female reproductive system in female body. Female reproductive system, it is present in this region in the female body. This is a portion of female body, we call it as a pelvic region. This is a female reproductive system, it is present in the pelvic region of a female body. Our body get differentiated into head. This one is the neck. This is a portion, we call it as a thorax. Below that abdomen, and below that pelvic region is present. These are the two forelimbs and hand limbs are there. So female reproductive system, it is present in the pelvic region. See here, this one is the male reproductive system, this one is the female reproductive system. Both the systems, they are present in the pelvic region. Male reproductive system as well as this one, that is the female reproductive system. Both they are present in the pelvic region. Now see here, this is the exact position of a female reproductive system in a female body. This is a portion, we call it as a pelvic region, this one. And in this pelvic region, this is a female reproductive system. It is present in this way. These are the two ovaries. One is the left ovary and second one is the right ovary. Then the duct system is present. This one we call it as a fallopian tube, which leads into this one is the uterus, garbhashay, and which leads into this tube-like structure known as a vagina, which leads into here that we call it as external genitalia. Now these are two ovaries which are present. That two ovaries are very small, almond shape. 3 centimeter is the length of that ovary. 1.5 centimeter is the width, and only 1 centimeter is the thickness of this ovary. Small ovaries are there. Like these are two ovaries are present. One is the left ovary and second one is the like this right ovary. Now in this ovary there is a formation of egg takes place. Ovum takes place. It is a secondary oocyte. Now see here, my video title is Oh my God, 2 million eggs are present in female ovary. See here, when the female fetus present in the womb, and that female fetus is of a 3-month old, जब छोटा बेबी पेट में होता है और वो अगर फीमेल चाइल्ड है और 3 महीने का है, दैट फीमेल फिटस, तो उनके शरीर में ओवरीज बन जाती है और दोनों ओवरीज के अंदर मियोसिस सेल डिवीजन स्टार्ट हो जाती है. ऑन द अदर हैंड, इन द मेल चाइल्ड डिलीवर होने के बाद जैसे वो ग्रो होता है, जब वो 14 साल के एज में आता है, 14 साल, 15 साल, 16 साल, वी कॉल इट एज अ प्यूबर्टी पीरियड. तो प्यूबर्टी पीरियड में आने के बाद इन द टेस्टिस, इन द सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल, meiosis cell division start, and by that meiosis cell division sperm formation takes place in male. मेल के अंदर जन्म लेने के बाद, प्यूबर्टी में आने के बाद मेल में स्पर्म फॉर्मेशन की प्रोसेस है बाय मियोसिस सेल डिवीजन. लेकिन फीमेल के बॉडी के अंदर अभी उसका जन्म नहीं हुआ. फीमेल फिटस इट इज प्रेजेंट इनसाइड द डूम ऑफ मदर. और ये बेबी जब 3 महीने का होता है तभी, और जब ये बेबी फीमेल अगर है तब ओवरीज के अंदर, जब वो बेबी माँ के डूम में प्रेजेंट है तभी meiosis cell division start, and due to that meiosis cell division 2 million, how many? 2 million oogonia formation takes place. जब ये बेबी माँ के डूम में प्रेजेंट है और ये बेबी 3 महीने का है तभी इन द ओहरी, अगर ये फिटस फीमेल चाइल्ड है तो फीमेल चाइल्ड के इस ओहरी के अंदर मिलियंस ऑफ oogonia फॉर्मेशन टेक्स प्लेस बाय द meiosis सेल डिवीजन. अभी जन्म नहीं हुआ और जैसे ये फिटस ग्रो होता है, ऐसे 9 महीने 9 दिन का हो जाता है, तब नियर अबाउट 1 मिलियन लाइक दिस 1 मिलियन प्राइमरी oocyte इस बेबी के ओवरी में बने रहते हैं. एंड द बेबी डिलीवर, और डिलीवर होने के बाद इन दैट फीमेल बॉडी, वो फीमेल बेबी जो है वो 13 साल का हो जाता है, तब वो जो लड़की है जब 13 साल की हो जाती है तब उस 13 साल की उम्र तक नियर अबाउट 40,000 we call it as a follicles, primary follicles, it remain as it is in the female that ovary. और बाकी के जो प्राइमरी we call it as a primordial follicles, it degenerate, वो degenerate हो जाते हैं. यानी फीमेल जब प्यूबर्टी में आती है, जब फीमेल 13 साल की हो जाती है, तब one cycle get start, that cycle we call it as a menstrual cycle. menstrual cycle ये इंडिकेशन है इन द ओवरी ओहम प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस का. और जब वो फीमेल जो है जैसे ही प्यूबर्टी में अपना पैर रखती है और जैसे ही menstrual cycle स्टार्ट होती है, तो फीमेल के दोनों ओवरीज के अंदर 40,000 प्राइमरी फॉलिकल्स बन जाते हैं, बने रहते हैं पहले से ही. अब आउट ऑफ these 40,000 these प्राइमरी फॉलिकल्स इन 1 मंथ, 28 दिन की जो मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल है, हर मंथ के अंदर कोई एक प्राइमरी फॉलिकल्स टेक पार्ट इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ दैट meiosis सेल डिवीजन. जो meiosis सेल डिवीजन माँ के पेट में जब वो फीमेल चाइल्ड था तो वहाँ शुरू हुई थी, तो वो बंद हो गई. और मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल स्टार्ट होने के बाद में अगेन दैट meiosis सेल डिवीजन इट गेट स्टार्ट. और जैसे ही वो meiosis सेल डिवीजन स्टार्ट होती है, जहाँ से जन्म लेने के पहले बंद हुई और उसके बाद में जन्म लेने के बाद 13 साल की उम्र में जैसे ही फीमेल आती है, वन साइकिल गेट स्टार्ट, दैट इज अ मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल. द meiosis सेल डिवीजन विच गेट स्टॉप, दैट meiosis सेल डिवीजन अगेन इट स्टार्ट मिनार्च लाइक दिस. तो 13 साल की उम्र से लेके तो 45 साल की उम्र तक फीमेल के शरीर में मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल बनी रहती है. वी कॉल इट एज अ मेंसेस, वी कॉल इट एज अ मंथली साइकिल, अलग अलग नाम से जाना जाता है. तो फीमेल के बॉडी में ये कंटिन्यू होती है 13 साल से लेकर तो 45 एज तक, और उसके बाद में वो स्टॉप हो जाती है. वी कॉल इट एज अ मेनोपॉज लाइक दिस. तो अगर यहाँ पे देखा फ्रॉम द एज ऑफ 13 to the age of like this 45, this is a period in the female, this is a period we call it as a reproductive period or reproductive span. इसी पीरियड में फीमेल को जो है बच्चे हो सकते हैं. अब 13 साल से लेके तो 45, यानी 45 माइनस 13 अगर हम करेंगे तो इट कम्स लाइक दिस 32, मीन्स 32 ईयर का जो स्पैन है, दैट स्पैन वी कॉल इट एज अ रिप्रोडक्टिव स्पैन इन केस ऑफ फीमेल. और 1 साल के अंदर फीमेल के बॉडी में मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल ये कितने बार आती है? 28 दिन की साइकिल होती है तो वो आएगी 13 बार. means 13 into 32 years, like this. 13 into like this at 32 years, near about, see here, 416, like this, 416 secondary oocyte, or we call it as a ovum formation, takes place in the female body. यानी 416 egg, or we call it as a ovum, actually it is a secondary oocyte, फीमेल के बॉडी में बनते हैं, और उसमें से 32 एज के 32 जो रिप्रोडक्टिव एज है फीमेल का, उसमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा फीमेल 30 चिल्ड्रन जो है वो प्रोड्यूस कर सकती है। लेकिन हम देखते हैं महाभारत के अंदर गांधारी को कितने पुत्र थे? गांधारी को 100 पुत्र थे उस गांधारी को। हाउ इट टेक्स प्लेस, क्या एक्सप्लेन तब हुआ था उस पीरियड के अंदर? वी विल सी इन द कमिंग वीडियो लाइक दिस। सो सी हियर, इन द फीमेल चाइल्ड, जन्म लेने के पहले ही फीमेल ने अडॉप्ट किया है ये प्रोसेस। विच प्रोसेस? फीमेल ने 100% गारंटी के लिए, 100% रिप्रोडक्शन के लिए फीमेल ने अपने शरीर के अंदर जन्म लेने के पहले ही मिलियंस ऑफ उगोनिया को उन्होंने बनाया है। 2 millions of oogonia formation takes place in the female ovary, इसलिए मैंने हेडिंग दिया है ओ माई गॉड, 2 millions of that egg they are formed in the female ovary। जन्म लेने के पहले ही ये प्रोसेस जो है शुरू हो जाती है, और जन्म लेने के बाद में वो जो उगोनिया है उसमें से मिलियंस ऑफ उगोनिया डीजेनरेट, डिसॉल्व, और जन्म जैसे ही जन्म लेना है उसके पहले ही नियर अबाउट 1 million लाइक दिस उगोनिया इट गेट डिसॉल्व, और जन्म हो जाता है। और वहां से लेके तो प्यूबर्टी तक यानी 13 साल तक फीमेल के शरीर में 1 million उगोनिया में से हाउ मेनी इट रिमेन्स फंक्शनल? 40,000 लाइक दिस। कुछ बुक्स के अंदर ये है कि नियर अबाउट 60 to 70 लाइक दिस 1000 functional primary oocytes are present in one ovary like this, so that figure it get vary in so many like these books. So at puberty near about 40,000 like these oogonia, 40,000 we call it as a primary follicles, they are present in the female ovary। और इस दौरान जितने भी ये follicles है, जितने भी ये structures है degenerate हो जाते हैं, तो उसको एक टर्म है, मेडिकल टर्म, वी कॉल इट एज एटरेटिक फॉलिकल्स। यानी प्यूबर्टी के पहले जितने भी फॉलिकल्स डीजेनरेट हो जाते हैं वी कॉल इट एज एटरेटिक फॉलिकल्स। और सेकंड टर्म है वी कॉल इट एज फॉलिकुलर एट्रेसिया। जन्म लेने के पहले से तो थ्रू आउट द लाइफ स्पैन, जब तक रिप्रोडक्टिव लाइफ स्पैन है तब तक जितने भी दैट प्राइमरी फॉलिकल डीजेनरेट हो जाते हैं उम्र के साथ साथ, दैट प्रोसेस और दैट टर्म वी कॉल इट एज फॉलिकुलर एट्रेसिया। सो डियर स्टूडेंट, वी विल सी द फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम, द पार्ट्स ऑफ फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम। फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम कंसिस्ट ऑफ ovary, duct system and external genitalia. Ovary, these are the ovary, then duct system, tube system, these are the tube system, and external genitalia, it is present here. Ovary, 2 ovaries are there, one is the left ovary and second one is the right ovary. This one is the left ovary and this one is the right ovary. Then it consists of a duct system, tube system, consists of oviduct, or we call it as a fallopian tube. This one is the oviduct or fallopian tube. Then it consists of next duct system, that is a uterus. This a fallopian tube leads into this structure, we call it as a uterus, garbhashay. And this uterus leads into this tube-like structure, we call it as a vagina. This portion we call it as a vagina, which leads into this structure known as external genitalia. Consists of mons pubis, it consists of a vestibule, then it consists of a hymen, then it consists of a clitoris. Now see here, female reproductive system, it consists of like these are two ovary. One is the left ovary, second one is the right ovary. Then it consists of a duct system. These are the duct. This one fallopian tube and this one is the fallopian tube. Oviduct. Fallopian tube, this is a pair of fallopian tube leads into this structure. This structure we call it as a uterus, which is a part of duct system. Leads into this tube-like structure known as a vagina, which leads into next we call it as external genitalia. See here, ovary, this one is the fallopian tube, this one we call it as a uterus, leads into this tube-like structure known as a vagina. Vagina leads into this structure we call it as external genitalia. Now see here, ovary. Female reproductive system consists of ovary, then duct system and external genitalia. Two ovaries are present like this in the female reproductive system. And these are two ovaries. These are the primary sex organ of a female reproductive system. These are both ovaries, they are almond shaped bodies. It measure up to 3 centimeter in length. These ovary measure up to like these are 3 centimeter in length, 3 centimeter only. And the width of these ovary, it is up to 1.5 centimeter. And thickness of one ovary is 1 centimeter in thickness. Means it is almond shape, बादाम के आकार की जैसी ये होती है ovary. Two ovaries are there, one is the left ovary and second one is the right ovary, like this. Now these both ovaries, they are suspended from the, we call it as these ovaries suspended from the dorsal body wall by these three meso-ovarian, mesosalpinx and mesometrium. This one we call it as this is a structure, this one that is a meso-ovarian. This is a structure from the dorsal body wall, that is a mesosalpinx, and this is a portion we call it as a mesometrium. Together these are ligament of a uterus, or these are together these are three, we call it as a peritoneum. What is it? It is a peritoneum. Peritoneum, it is an inner body wall, innermost body wall. These are kidneys in our body wrapped in the peritoneum. Testes also surrounds with the peritoneum. And now these are two ovaries which are there, they also wrapped or surrounds with these peritoneum. Testes, we have seen that we have seen in the male reproductive system that testes, they are present in the abdomen, and these abdominal testes get pulled due to one cord, we call it as the inguinal cord, into the scrotum. Means the testes, they are what? Abdominal in origin, because the peritoneum is present surround the testes when they are present in the scrotum. It proves that the testes, they are abdominal in origin. This wall, this one, that is a peritoneum. So from this side it get wrapped with this wall, we call it as a peritoneum, or from the dorsal side it gets suspended here due to this peritoneum, and from this uterus side these ovary get attached with the next, we call it as a ligament known as a ligament of ovary, and from the lateral side it get attached to the body wall by one ligament known as a suspensory ligament of what? Ovary, like this. Means this ovary from one side peritoneum, from this uterus side by ligament of ovary, and from lateral side that is a suspensory ligament. From three sides it get attached like this. Now in this ovary This structure formation takes place like this. These all events takes place when the menstrual cycle gets start in that female. As soon as the menstrual cycle gets start, that menstrual cycle we also call it as a monthly cycle, we also call it as a menses like this. When the menstrual cycle gets start, the primary follicle which is there in the ovary, near about 40,000 primary follicles they are present in each ovary. Out of that 40,000 primary follicles, in each month one primary follicle come forward and it take part in the process of meiosis, cell division. Primary follicle get converted into secondary follicle get converted into tertiary follicle, and tertiary follicle ultimately get converted into like this a Graafian follicle. All these event takes place up to, for example, if on the date 1 menstrual cycle get a start, so up to 13 दिन तक all these event takes place, and on the 14th day of menstrual cycle one important event takes place, we call it as a ovulation. Ovulation means release of ovum, release of, it is not ovum, it is a secondary oocyte, release of secondary oocyte from the ovary on the 14th day of menstrual cycle. We call it as ovulation, which takes place under the influence of one hormones known as LH hormones. And this ovum get released, and then this ovum comes into the ampulla. These all events we will see in the detail in next video, in the next coming video. This ovum or the secondary oocyte, it wait for the sperm in the ampulla, and if fertilization takes place, अगर fertilization हो जाता है तो the tissues which are present here, or the cells which are present here in this Graafian follicle which is present, which remain inside the ovary, it get transformed into like this structure known as a corpus luteum. Luteum means yellow, पीले कलर का structure, luteum, corpus luteum. These are all these cells get converted. अगर fertilization हो जाता है तो this structure get converted into corpus luteum, and it release progesterone. Progesterone is the hormones. One hormones get released by the ovary, that is the estrogen. These all stages release the hormone, that is the estrogen, and this corpus luteum release the hormones progesterone. From here progesterone, and we call it as estrogen, it get released, no doubt. But generally this structure corpus luteum, it release progesterone. If fertilization takes place, it release the progesterone up to delivery period. Means if the fertilization takes place, this corpus luteum, if the fertilization takes place, this corpus luteum, it remain as it is up to delivery period, and it release one hormones known as progesterone hormones. If fertilization takes place, menstrual cycle get stopped. It is an indication of pregnancy. And if fertilization do not takes place, then this corpus luteum get converted into this structure, we call it as a corpus. We call it as a corpus album. Here album, alba means white, and then it get degenerate, and next menstrual cycle get start. If fertilization do not takes place, next menstrual cycle get start. If fertilization takes place, menstrual cycle, if fertilization do not takes place, menstrual cycles it comes. If fertilization takes place, then menstrual cycle it get stopped. That is an indication of what? Pregnancy. So all these event takes place in this ovary. We will see all these events in detail in next video, in coming video, because we are going to see from one side TS of testes and from another side TS of ovary. and then we will compare these all TS of testes and these are TS of ovary as far as the NEET exam is concerned. In next video we will discuss these all TS of testes, TS of ovary, then structure of sperm, then structure of what, that is ovum in the detail. So here in the female body, in the female ovary, all these event takes place. These all event takes place from here. Primary follicle get converted into secondary to tertiary, then Graafian follicle, then we call it as ovulation, then corpus luteum formation, or lastly the corpus album formation takes place. Like this, all these event takes place in the ovary like this. See here, in this slide, how the secondary oocyte get a release from the ovary. Releasing of secondary oocyte, that is the egg from the ovary. See here, in this way, the secondary oocyte, or we call it as ovum, or we call it as a egg. Actually it is not egg, it is a secondary oocyte. It get a release like this step by step. It come outside like this step by step. So in this way that ovulation takes place in the female. Now body. See the disorder of female reproductive system concerned with the ovary, that is the ovary cyst, or we call it as a ovarian cyst. What is ovarian cyst? Ovarian cyst is the fluid filled tumors of the ovary. See here, one ovary, this one is the normal ovary, and this one second ovary, that is the ovary with the cyst. This is the ovary cyst. See here, this one is the ovary cyst. Means in this normal ovary, such a type of a cyst formation takes place in which only fluid get filled in the tumor. यानी 3 सेंटीमीटर की जो ओवरी है उसके अंदर in some female cyst formation takes place. ज्यादा cyst formation ओवरी में अगर होते हैं तो वो ओवरी ओवम प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर पाती. Disorder is there. Irregular menstrual cycle, bleeding in between the menstrual cycle, acute pain in the pelvic region. These all are the symptoms of these cyst formation in case of what? These ovary. और दो ओवरी में से अगर किसी एक ओवरी में सिस्ट ज़्यादा बड़े हो जाते हैं या कोई भी सिस्ट ज़्यादा बड़ा हो जाता है like this, normal ovary it extend 3 centimeter in length, then 1.5 centimeter is the width and 1 centimeter is the thickness of ovary. It is almond shape like this. लेकिन 3 सेंटीमीटर से ये ओवरी की लेंथ जो है it extend up to like this 10 centimeter, and the width if we extend like this up to 15 centimeter like this. ऐसा अगर हो जाता है ड्यू टू द सिस्ट फॉर्मेशन, तो उस ओवरी को ऑपरेट करके निकाला जाता है, क्योंकि वो ओवरी काम की नहीं होती. सो देयर इज अ नीड ऑफ व्हाट, दैट ऑपरेशन. और फिर अलग जो ऑपरेशन के तरीके उसमें से उस ओवरी को निकाला जाता है. अगर एक ओवरी फीमेल के बॉडी में से अगर रिमूव कर दी, उसके बाद भी वन ओवरी इट प्रोड्यूस ओहा, इट प्रोड्यूस दैट ओहम, इट प्रोड्यूस एग रेगुलरली. 2 ओवरी में से एक मंथ में जब मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल स्टार्ट होगी तब 2 ओवरी में से कोई एक ओवरी फंक्शंस करती है. अगर 2 ओवरी में से एक ओवरी को निकाल दिया तो 1 ओवरी इट फंक्शंस एवरी मंथ लाइक दिस. देयर इज अ 99.9% chances of what, that fertilization in case of this female. That female is also normal, but 1 ovary should be removed by operation like this. That in the ovary in which a cyst formation is there, that ovary should be released from the body like this. So this one is the disorder of what, female reproductive system concerned with the ovary, known as ovarian cyst. पहले ovarian cyst ज़्यादा मात्रा में नहीं थे. आजकल ovarian cyst जो है वो लड़कियों में दिखते हैं like this. atretic follicle are found in AIMS. This question is asked. Atretic follicle are found in number 1 the fallopian tubes. Here number 2 that is a uterus. C labia majora, and 4th one that is ovary. This atretic follicle means a degeneration of oogonia takes place when the small female fetus it is present in the womb. At that time this process is going on, and this process is going on before the puberty period when that child deliver, and after that also up to puberty period this process is going on, that millions of oogonia it get degenerate means it get dissolve like this, and finally 40,000 like these primary follicles only remains in each ovary. Means it is concerned with the ovary. Means atretic follicle are found in ovary is the correct answer. Now see here, duct system. We have seen the left ovary, right ovary means that details of ovary. Now duct system. Duct system in case of a female reproductive system consists of oviduct, uterus and vagina. This oviduct also known as a fallopian tube. So this one is the fallopian tube, this one is the duct, and this one is also duct. So we will see these are ducts in detail sense. This one is the duct, oviduct, or we call it as a fallopian tube. This oviduct or the fallopian tube, it measures up to 12 centimeter in length. It is present in pair. This one is the one fallopian tube and this one is the second fallopian tube. One end of fallopian tube, this is a portion attached to the ovary, and one end of this fallopian tube which is facing towards this ovary, it consists of like these finger like projections like this, and these finger like projections we call it as a fimbriae. These are the fimbriae. Means these fallopian tube it forms like these finger like projections, we call it as a fimbriae, and from that fimbriae that structure known as a fimbricated funnel. What is it? Fimbricated funnel, this one. From these fimbriae it is known as a fimbriae. Fimbricated, it is a funnel. Fimbricated funnel. And the main function of these fimbricated, these fimbriae, is to collect the release secondary oocyte and to push these release secondary oocyte into ampulla. Means in between these fimbricated funnel, here small opening is present. That opening we call it as a ostium. Like this small opening is present in this funnel like structure, we call it as a ostium. Ostium, microscopic pore, ostium. So through this small opening, when the ovum get released on the 14th day of menstrual cycle, this fimbriae collect that ovum, and that ovum get a push inside here, and that ovum comes in this area, we call it as a ampulla for the process of fertilization. This is a structure known as a fimbricated funnel. This is a structure, see here, funnel like structure known as a fimbriae due to this fimbriae, finger like projection. This structure also known as infundibuliform funnel. Infundi means inverted funnel. It is also known as inverted funnel like this. Inverted funnel, see here, it is like this inverted funnel like structure. So it is also known as what? Infundibuliform funnel. and it is also known as oviducal funnel because it receive OHA, it receive egg, it receive the secondary oocyte, due to which it is also known as what? Oviducal funnel. Means this structure denoted by three names. One fabricated funnel, second we call it as infundibuliform funnel, and third one we call it as what? Oviducal funnel. Internally it is a lined by this oviducal funnel. Internally it is lined by cilia, and due to that cilia it gets that ohum or that secondary oocyte get pushed inside the ampulla like this. Then this infundibuliform, this funnel leads into next part of the fallopian tube. This portion known as ampulla, and this ampulla leads into next portion of fallopian tube, this one known as isthmus. What is it? Isthmus. And this isthmus leads into this small tube like structure, this one intramural, which leads into this structure we call it as uterus. Means a fallopian tube, both the fallopian tube which is wrapped in the meso-ovarian differentiated into this portion we call it as a fabricated funnel or infundibuliform funnel or oviducal funnel, leads into this structure up to this one known as ampulla. Actually this structure is like this bulge structure. It is a bulge structure. This ampulla is actually like this bulge structure. This one. It is a bulge structure, and this is the site. It is a bulge structure like this, and this one is the site. This one is the site where the fertilization takes place in the female body. This is the exact site where the fertilization takes place in the female body. So where the fertilization takes place in the female body? Here? No. Fertilization takes place here. Fertilization takes place here only, and this is a structure we call it as a ampulla. Fertilization takes place in the ampulla, and this one is the isthmus. So this junction we call it as ampullary isthmus junction. So another data point is there, that exact site of fertilization in the female body is ampullary isthmus junction or ampulla. Like from here fabricated funnel to up to this one we call it as an intramural. These are duct, this one known as a fallopian tube, and if you take a section of this fallopian tube, it shows like this a three layer. Outermost layer, this one known as a serosa, then middle layer we call it as a muscularis, and innermost layer we call it as a mucosa. Serosa tough layer, protective layer, muscularis it is made up of muscle, smooth muscles, and this smooth muscle get contract like this, and due to the peristaltic movement ohum get push forward. Innermost layer we call it as a mucosa. It release the mucus as well as it produce like this a hair like structure, and small like this a microscopic hair like structure present in the fallopian tube. This is a small hair like structure we call it as cilia. What is it? Cilia. And these all cilia it bit in one direction like this. When fertilization takes place in the ampulla, then the structure that is a zygote, it is a stationary in nature, means it do not move, it is non-motile. But these cilia it bit in one direction like this and push that fertilized structure, that fertilized zygote forward, and ultimately that fertilized structure get pushed here up to this uterus. That is a function of cilia which is present in the fallopian tube. And these muscularis layer contract and relax, and due to this peristaltic movement transversely and longitudinally help to push that fertilized structure, that is a zygote, forward up to this. So this one is the site where the fertilization takes place in the female body. Ampulla leads into isthmus, and isthmus leads into this structure known as intramural structure, which leads into this bag-like structure known as uterus. This one is the fallopian tube. One fallopian tube, that is the right fallopian tube, and this one is the left fallopian tube. Measure up to 12 centimeter in length. also known as the uterine fallopian tube. This one, uterine fallopian tube. Both the fallopian tube leads into the structure known as uterus. What is it? Uterus. And this is a part of that duct system. This one. This duct leads into this duct. We call it as a uterus. Now see here. Uterus, we also known as a womb. It is a pear-shaped structure. Pear-shaped structure means broader towards this end and it narrower towards this lower end. Means it is a pear-shaped structure. It is a highly muscular, thick wall and hollow organ. It measures up to only 8 centimeters in length. From here to here, uterus, it measures up to only 8 centimeters in length. That's all. 5 centimeters is the width of this uterus. From here to here, 5 centimeters only. 8 centimeter length, 5 centimeter is the width, and 2 centimeter is the thickness. That's all. So small uterus is there. So this uterus, it measures up to 8 centimeter in length, 5 centimeter is the width of this uterus, and 8 centimeter, 8 centimeter length, 5 centimeter is the width, and only 2 centimeter is that thickness of this uterus. Uterus, it is present in between rectum and urinary bladder. Here urinary bladder is there and backside rectum is there. In between this rectum and urinary bladder, here uterus is present. Uterus covered with the double fold of the peritoneum. In the section, this uterus, it shows 1, 2 and this one 3 wall. Outermost wall of the uterus, we call it as perimetrium. This one perimetrium. Then beneath the perimetrium, next wall is there, this one, known as a myometrium. See, this one perimetrium, this one is the myometrium. And innermost we call it as the endometrium. This one periphery, perimetrium, bahar ki. Middle, myometrium. And innermost this one, that is the endometrium. Perimetrium, this one, outermost this wall, that we call it as a perimetrium. It is a protective in nature. Then myometrium, this one, it is completely muscular, in which smooth muscles are present, and at the time of delivery these muscles get a contract and relax, contract and relax. There is a vigorous contraction and relaxation of these muscles, and due to which that baby which is present in the uterus, it get a push forward like this. It get pushed from this side, and the head of that baby, it comes through this cervix, through this vagina, out like this. Means at the time of delivery, these myometrium, and in this myometrium, the muscles which are there, smooth muscles which are there, that muscles play important role in the influence of one hormones. We call it as oxytocin hormones. Then next innermost layer, this layer, we call it as endometrium. This endometrium, it shows various changes. This layer is the innermost layer. This layer is a glandular layer. This layer shows changes in menstrual cycle. The blood capillaries come like this, move forward like this, and it get ruptured, and blood get released through this endometrium, and the old cell which are present in the endometrium, that old cell, it get cast off, and all these material along with the blood clot, along with that we call it as debris of what that dead cells and mucus, all these material flow outside for 4 to 5 days. We call it as a menses, and all this we will see detail in the coming video like this. So this wall is the endometrial wall. This one middle wall, that is a myometrium, and outermost wall, that is a perimetrium like this. Now this is a uterus. uterus leads into this structure. This structure we call it as a cervix. It is a part of a duct. Means this one is the duct, fallopian tube, this one is also duct, and this cervix is also duct. So this one is the cervix. Internally, see here, internally, from this side, this cervix internally open into uterus by this opening known as the internal orifice. And this cervix, through this side, it open outside into this tube-like structure, we call it as a vagina. So internal we call it as an internal orifice, and outer we call it as external orifice, and in between these portion we call it as a cervix. In this cervix, if the fertilization takes place in the female body, अगर fertilization हो जाता है तो सबसे पहले ड्यू टू प्रोगेस्टेरॉन हार्मोन्स इसी सर्विक्स के अंदर यहाँ एक प्लग फॉर्म होता है मेड अप ऑफ म्यूकस, एंड ड्यू टू दैट म्यूकस प्लग यूटेराइन फ्लूइड इट रिमेन एज इट इज हियर, और यहाँ एनवायरमेंट क्रिएट होता है स्मॉल बेबी के ग्रोथ के लिए। यहाँ का यूटेराइन फ्लूइड ये प्लग के वजह से बाहर नहीं आता। अगर फर्टिलाइजेशन हो जाता है तो ड्यू टू दैट हार्मोन्स वी कॉल इट एज व्हाट, प्रोगेस्टेरॉन हार्मोन्स। यही सर्विक्स है जहाँ प्लग फॉर्म होता है। दैट प्लग वी कॉल इट एज अ mucus plug. It remains as it is up to delivery period, and this cervix then leads into this tube-like structure. That tube-like structure we call it as a vagina. What is it? Vagina. Now this vagina, it measures up to, see here, this is a tube-like structure, that is a vagina. See, this one is the uterus. Uterus, it is made up of a three wall, perimetrium, myometrium and endometrium, and this uterus leads into this structure we call it as a cervix. ये जो स्ट्रक्चर है इसको सर्विक्स कहा जाता है। ये यूटेरस है। दिस वन इज द फैलोपियन ट्यूब लीड्स इनटू दिस यूटेरस, लीड्स इनटू दिस पोर्शन नोन एज अ सर्विक्स, एंड सर्विक्स लीड्स इनटू दिस ट्यूब लाइक स्ट्रक्चर known as a vagina. What is it? Vagina. It is a tube-like structure. It measures up to 7 centimeter in length. In some female, it is 8 centimeter, 10 centimeter, like this. It varies female to female. The inner wall of this vagina, this one, it shows many like these folds like this, and like these foldings which is present in the inner lining of this vagina, known as vaginal rug. What is it? Vaginal rug. Now this vagina then open here into the external genitalia. Before it open into the external genitalia, here a mucous membrane like structure is present, which is made up of a mucous membrane, and this structure is a partial structure covered to this opening, we call it as a vagina, and this structure we call it as a hymen. What is it? Hymen. This structure known as a hymen, and this structure it is made up of that mucous membrane. Presence of this hymen in the female body or absence of this hymen in the female body, it is not indication, we call it as of virginity, because this vagina it get break due to the heavy exercise. This vagina it get break due to the cycling process also, due to that horse riding, by entering some tampon and like this also. So presence of this vagina or absence, presence of this hymen or absence of these hymens, it is not indication of that, we call it as, means it not related with that virginity. It will break at the time of first sexual intercourse also. Now see here, this vagina it get leads into this structure, we call it as external genitalia. What is it? External genitalia. Okay. Now see here. fallopian tube leads to sterility. In some female, fallopian tube get a block due to any means, due to bacterial infection, due to viral infection, due to the swelling, or due to fluid that fill in these fallopian tube. Causes are different, but these blockage get detected by one particular dye. That dye means ये यूटरस के अंदर एक पर्टिकुलर डाई को इंजेक्ट किया जाता है. किसके लिए? फैलोपियन ट्यूब ब्लॉक है या नहीं है ये डिटेक्ट करने के लिए, क्योंकि कोई कोई फीमेल्स में ये प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट हो जाता है बाय एनी मीन्स. और फैलोपियन ट्यूब अगर ब्लॉक है, फैलोपियन ट्यूब ही ब्लॉक है, तो वो स्पर्म जो है वहाँ तक नहीं पहुँच पाएंगे. तो ऐसे फीमेल को जो है ऐसे फीमेल के शरीर के अंदर फर्टिलाइजेशन प्रोसेस नहीं होती है. तो डॉक्टर लोग क्या करते हैं? दे इंजेक्ट डाई एंड दैट डाई इज अ मिथिलीन ब्लू is used to detect blockage in the fallopian tube. Methylene blue get injected here in the uterus, and then the doctor they detect the blockage by various method. Sonography method is there. Process we call it as a chromotubation into the uterus, detected by the sonography, and these लेप्रोस्कोपी मेथड्स ऑल्सो, एंड दैट ब्लॉकेज गेट रिलीज. और फिर वो ब्लॉकेज रिलीज करने के बाद उस फीमेल के बॉडी में फर्टिलाइजेशन प्रोसेस जो है स्टार्ट हो जाती है. तो दिस वन इज द प्रोसेस टू नो द ब्लॉकेज इन द फीमेल बॉडी. नाउ सी हियर, डिसऑर्डर्स ऑफ फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम. सर्वाइकल कैंसर, where the cervix is present. See here, this portion is the cervix, this one, and in some female, in this the portion cancer takes place. That cancer related to the cervix, we call it as a cervical cancer. This one is the one disorder of this female reproductive system concerned with the cervix, leads to the growth known as a cancerous growth, that is a cervical cancer. What is the cancer? Cancer is nothing but it is the uncontrolled and undifferentiated cell. Cell divides and redivide. There is no control on that cells. They divide and redivide, divide and redivide, and it leads into the tumor, or it leads into the disease. We call it as a cancer. And in case of female, from which organism generally these cervical cancer takes place? See here. Cervical cancer is a type of cancer that occur in the cell of the cervix. Means it occur in the cell of the cervix here. It occur in the cell of the cervix here in this portion. The lower part of the uterus that connect to the vagina. Various strains of human various strains of the human papilloma virus, that is a HPV, a sexually transmitted infection is there, play a role in causing this most cervical cancer. Means this organism is responsible for this cancerous growth, that is a papilloma virus. And due to this papilloma virus, cervical cancer takes place. See here, in case of female reproductive system, in that external genitalia, more that glycogen is present in the cell, and there one bacteria is present in the female body. That bacteria we call it as a lactobacillus bacteria, and this lactobacillus bacteria convert that glycogen into acid, and due to which the acidity of that fluid it get increase, and in the increase acidic this portion in that external genitalia, it protect the female body from fungal infection, and maybe it protect from these such a type of viruses also, that is a papilloma virus. But in some cases, in some female, this papilloma virus it get introduced in the female reproductive tract due to various means. One cause is also there, that is it is a sexually transmitted disease. Means if we are involved in multiple sex partner, then, and in that multiple sex partner series, if one of the person get infected by this virus, then that female automatically it get infected in the intercourse mechanism. This virus get transmitted from one person to another like this, and once that female get infected, that female that cervix it get infected by these papilloma virus, and this papilloma virus present in that cervix region, that tissue or the cell, and it leads into this cancerous growth, or leads into this cancer. That cancer we call it as what? This is cervical cancer. In the cervical cancer it get increase, then sometimes complete this uterus we have to release from the body. Vaginal bleeding after intercourse between periods or after menopause, watery, bloody vaginal discharge that may be heavy and have a foul odor, pelvic pain or pain during the intercourse. These all are the symptoms related to these cervical cancers. पहले ये नहीं होता था, आजकल सर्वाइकल कैंसर जो है वो काफ़ी महिलाओं में दिखता है. सर्वाइकल कैंसर ये एक काफ़ी वी कॉल इट एज डरावना है, जिसको हम कहेंगे ऐसे टाइप का एक डिसऑर्डर है, क्योंकि इसमें कंप्लीट यूटरस को निकालना पड़ता है. यूटरस along with the cervix, along with that vaginal tube, that all portion get removed by the operation. पहले ये नहीं था, आजकल ये आ रहा है. वन ऑफ द कॉज इज दिस वन, पैपिलोमा वायरस, ये एक कॉज है. सेकंड कॉज जो मुझे लगता है, मे बी इट मे बी करेक्ट और इट मे बी रॉन्ग लाइक दिस, कि शादी होने के बाद फर्स्ट बेबी जो है उसको जल्दी फीमेल जो है एक्सेप्ट नहीं करती, एंड दे लीड्स टू द एबॉर्शन. और एबॉर्शन करने के प्रोसेस में अगर 2 महीने 3 महीने का अगर है दैट फिटस इज देयर, तो उसको अवॉइड करने के लिए then the doctor they use the clips in the cervix region to dilate that cervix region, or then they introduce some like these forceps inside the that uterus, and they directly plug that small fetus or that small structure, developing structure which is present on the endometrial wall. We are introducing all such a structure, we are just releasing the chemicals, just we are pressing the cervix like this, may be one of the cause of this cervical cancer. I may be wrong, but may be one of the cause of what this cervical cancer. इसलिए अगर बच्चा नहीं चाहिए तो use many, there are so many contraceptives in the market, use that contraceptives, but don't release. If अगर बच्चा रहता है तो उसको हमको एक्सेप्ट करना है, हमको ऐसे दूसरे तरीके उसमें अपनाना नहीं है, ज़्यादा अबॉर्शन करना वगैरह हमको नहीं करना है. ये प्रॉब्लम्स होने के चांसेस उसमें हो सकते हैं. नाउ सी वन क्वेश्चन asked in CBSE AIPMT 2011. The figure given below depicts a diagrammatic sectional view of a female reproductive system of human. Which one set of 3 parts out of A to F have been correctly identified? CBSE AIPMT 2011. Option is C. A. C. Infundibulum, then D. Fimbri, and E. cervix. See this one. This one is the infundibulum, Fimbri. D means Fimbri. This C means infundibulum, This A, this one we call it as uterus. Then this one is the cervix. Sorry, that uterus. This one outermost wall, that is the perimetrium. This one, that is the myometrium. First one, this one myometrium. B, perimetrium. This region cervix. This region vagina. This one we call it as a infundibuliform funnel, and this portion we call it as a femori, like this. Now C means this one infundibuliform, this one correct. Then a D, that is a femori. D, this one, that is a femori, also correct. And E, this one, that is a cervix, yes, correct. Then a D, this one. D, that is the oviducal funnel. No, it is a femori. Means this option is wrong. Then C, A, that is a peritoneum. A, this is a peritoneum. No, it is a myometrium. B is a myometrium. No, it is a perimetrium. Then this option is also wrong. And D, B is endometrium. D, endometrium. No, it is a fimbricated funnel. Sorry, femori. This is a D, means this one femori. This is a D, this is a B, this one B, endometrium. No, this one is also wrong. Means A is the correct answer. So like this is a question is asked in CBSE AIPMT 2011. A is the correct answer. C, infundibulum. B, femori. And E, that is a cervix. Now glands of female reproductive system. Two glands are present in the female reproductive system. One Bartholin gland, or we call it as a greater vestibular gland, and second gland we call it as a mammary gland. This is a Bartholin gland or greater vestibular gland. It is present in the external genitalia. These are two gland. These are Bartholin gland or these are greater vestibular gland. This one gland is a pea-size alveolar gland. It is in pair, means two pea-size alveolar glands are there, like this. It is present here in the labia minora towards the posterior side, on either side of these opening of what? Vagina. These are two pea-size alveolar glands are there, and the main function of this gland is to only secrete mucus, and this mucus which is secreted by this gland help in the process of intercourse. Left and right of the opening of vagina slightly posterior in position. Function, it is secrete mucus which help as a lubrication during that intercourse, and it is a homogeneous two bulbourethral glands of what? That male. In the male reproductive system, that two bulbourethral gland is present, and these are two bulbourethral gland. They secrete mucus. Same, this gland perform the function. This gland also secrete the mucus, and it help in the process of what? That is intercourse. This gland, Bartholin gland or greater vestibular gland. And second gland which is associated with the female reproductive system is the mammary gland. This is a mammary gland. See here, these are the mammary gland. And from these mammary gland, we are the mammals. We are mammal. It is due to these mammary gland. Means those animal or those organism which consist of these gland, they all animals include under one group known as mammals. We are the mammals, then horse is the mammals, then monkey is the mammals, then such an organism which shows such type of gland, or the gland which secrete milk and which feed to the young one, all that animal include under one category known as mammals. On this mammary gland, we are the mammals. Now see here, in the female reproductive system, two glands are there. One is that Bartholin gland, and second gland, this one we call it as a mammary gland. Now this is a mammary gland. It consists of this a portion in which below the skin this fat is present, and such a structures are present in this mammary gland. These structures we call it as a mammary lobe. It consists of 15 to 20 cluster of cells which produce milk from the blood. Means these structures, this one we call it as a mammary lobe. This mammary lobe consists of a cluster of cells which secrete or produce milk from the blood, and then these structures they release their milk in the tube-like structures, and that tube-like structures we call it as a mammary tubules. These structures we call it as a mammary alveolus. This one, mammary alveolus, from which like this a tube emerge out. That tube we call it as a mammary tubules. Mammary tubules, this one, mammary tubule collectively forms one common duct known as a mammary duct. Mammary duct. They forms like this structure which is bulge in structure known as a mammary ampulla. Mammary ampulla, then collectively it forms lactiferous duct. Lacti means milk. Lactiferous duct, which open here in this portion. That portion we call it as a nipple, and this is a portion that is a areola. Areola means see here, this one is the nipple, and this is a dark portion which is surround this nipple. This is a portion we call it as a areola. This one is the areola, like this. So this is all about what, that mammary glands which are present are associated with the female reproductive system. Two mammary glands are present, and the main function of this mammary gland is to secrete milk to the young one, and on these glands only we all are the mammals, like this. So these are the gland, we call it as a mammary gland. Now this mammary gland also, in this mammary gland also some disorder takes place. That disorder we call it as a breast cancer. And once the breast cancer takes place, means in this mammary gland, in this breast, if the knots formation takes place, we call it as a breast cancer. These knots are easily detected when we examine it carefully. So if the girl examine these portion carefully by these fingers, if there is a breast cancer or knots present in this area, it get easily detected by these finger, this bulge portion. So regular like this means there should be a practice to see if there is such a type of small nodes are present in this area or not. If the small like this cancerous growth takes place in this portion, there is a need to release these small knots from this breast. If get increased tremendously, or the size of this knot get increased, then sometimes a major operation should be there. Now this is all about what, that is a breast cancer. Now see here, from one side there is a male reproductive system, and from the another side there is a female reproductive system. Male reproductive system, it consists of like these two testes. These are two testes present in the scrotum. It is present outside the abdominal cavity. In the female reproductive system, two ovaries are present. These are two ovaries. They are small almond shaped structure, but they are present inside the body. Then here duct system are there. In the duct system, vasa efferentia is there. Vasa efferentia leads into these common duct. We call it as that is a vasa deferentia, and it leads into this urethra. Here duct system is there, that we call it as a fallopian tube. It leads into this structure, bag-like structure. We call it as a uterus, into cervix, into this tube-like structure known as what? Vagina. In case of a male reproductive system, there is a single urethra which is present. Through this single urethra, sperms also pass out, and from these urethra, urine also get passed out. But in case of female reproductive system, in the external genitalia, two separate openings are there. One opening is opening for urethra, and another opening is opening for that baby's birth. Now see here, male puberty period is 12 to 17, and female puberty period is 11 to 16. Now two testes, they are present outside the abdominal cavity, and two ovaries, they are present inside the pelvic region like this. Then in the testes, by the process of spermatogenesis, the sperm formation takes place, and in the ovary, by the process of oogenesis, the ovum, secondary oocyte formation takes place. Once spermatogenesis starts at puberty in the male, it remains as it is till death. In spermatogenesis in the male, millions of sperm formation takes place, and millions of sperm get ejaculated in one ejaculation. But in the female body, in the ovary, by the process of oogenesis, this process start at the fetal stage. In the male, spermatogenesis process start at the puberty, but in the female, oogenesis process start at the fetal stage, when that female child present in the womb of the mother. At that time only oogenesis process get a start and end at the age of 45, 50, and in some female it leads to 55 also, but mean is 45. We call it as a menopause. If get a menstrual cycle gets start, menarche, and if get a stop, we call it as a menopause. In case of male, this thing is not there. Once the spermatogenesis process start at the puberty, spermatogenesis process remains as it is till death of that male. Hormonal level gradually changes in advancing age, due to which resulted in sexual activity decline. Decline in the estrogen level is responsible for the menopause. Here the ovary which is there, this ovary act as a exocrine as well as endocrine function. Exocrine function of the ovary is the release of ovum, that is the exocrine function. But endocrine function of this ovary is, it releases two hormones, one is the estrogen and second one is the progesterone. Means ovary perform both function, exocrine as well as endocrine. Means ovary, it is a heterocrine gland. What is it? Heterocrine gland like this. Sperm is motile and produced in both. Secondary oocyte non-motile, and it present in only one ovary. Sperms, they are produced in both the testes, but these ovum, it produce either in left ovary or either in right ovary. The body decide this mechanism. In the means in one menstrual cycle only one ovary functions, but in case of spermatogenesis both the testes, they perform their functions. This is all about the difference between the male and the female.